DT now learns that Cyrus Mistry has made the first strategic shift in the Tata Group. A year after taking over as the chairman of Tata Group, sources suggest that Tata Group has decided to exit the telecom business completely and has initiated the steps in this direction. Now, what we are gathering from our sources right now is that the two big businesses that Tata Group has in the telecom business, the Tata Tele business, which has a listed entity TTML, and also Tata Communications, which is a listed company. So both are up for sale, and talks have already been initiated with Vodafone, which has deep pockets and wants to increase their footprint into the Indian market. And those talks are at a preliminary stage, is what I gather. Now, also is the case of the complex deal structure and the long haul that these negotiations will really require, because remember that Tata Tele has Docomo as a substantial partner, 26% stake, and they have some dominant position when it comes to board decisions. Now, what Docomo has probably negotiated with Tata, sources share that they could be giving a one-year extension for these deal negotiations to go through for the put option that expires in March 2014. So in the next few months, that put option could be really extended for one more year for those negotiations. And when it comes to Tata Communications, where the problems are even deeper, because the government holds 26% stake in that. So Tatas will have to first buy out the government, and then only they can go ahead and sell stake to Vodafone. So it's going to be a complex structure. It's going to take a lot of time, but the very fact that Tatas have decided, and sources do share with me at this point, that they have decided in a strategic move and a shift towards the exiting of the telecom business is the big story today, and that's what we are tracking, and we are the first to report on that one. So that's an 18-hour exclusive from the deal street that we are getting to you. But we are not done with Tatas today, because Mukund Rajan, the brand custodian at Tata Teleservices, says that the Tata Group is planning to launch a new global branding campaign, and this brand building exercise will be undertaken with the motive to enhance the group's image as a global company. ET Now, Sri Ramayya caught up with Mukund Rajan and began by asking him the key idea behind this brand campaign.
The key elements in that include the fact that we are a good corporate citizen and that we are trusted and trustworthy. The change that has taken place in the last few years has obviously been that from being a group that has origins in India, we are now a global corporate. And there are perhaps markets where we are not as well known as we are in India. So really the idea is to educate and familiarize audiences outside of India with who we are, what our heritage and legacy have been, and what we stand for.
So in some ways you want to bring out Tata Motors before a JLR when you're selling cars outside? Is that...
Not really. I think we are very comfortable in the fact that many of the brands that are part of the entire Tata stable, and these include brands like JLR as you mentioned, but also Tele and so on, have developed deep customer relationships and connects. And the last thing we would do in Tata's is to interfere with those relationships and connects with the consumer. But yes, I think the Tata name itself is something that we would invest considerably in ensuring that people become more aware and more familiar.
When you say considerably, how much can we put a number to that at this point?
Not at this stage, no.
Not at this stage. And will this be like spent on a company specific basis, or will it be a Tata Sons expenditure?
It'll be really talking about the corporate brand, which is the umbrella brand, which many of our group companies then in a sense take shelter under.